Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the weekly wrap-up on December 11th. I'm Emily Martin here at MSA West. The middle and high school director is excited to share some good information with you as we close out the week. First things first, some student shout-outs are on our agenda. Best of luck to our Plaquemine High School and White Castle High School football players and teams. Both have playoff games tonight. We are very, very proud of you, and we're bringing back the button to celebrate the accomplishment of making it this far. Although we can't travel with you due to COVID restrictions, you're in our thoughts. Got some seniors to recognize this afternoon. We've got lots going on with our senior class. Even in the midst of COVID, they're managing to find their way through. And we've got these seniors here who have already completed their FAFSA, and things are falling into place for them with financial aid offers from schools already coming in. So congratulations to Mia, Christopher, Alyssa, Heaven, Chloe, Shantoria, Griffin, Kennedy, Allie, another Christopher, David, Jalea, Landon, another Christopher, Bailey, Daryl, Destiny, Barry, and Jordan. Way to go. Proud of you. Got your paperwork in. If you are a senior, I want to make sure you're getting some information. We need that FAFSA in. The quicker you do that, the better it is for your family. And we know that it's harder to do that this year with restrictions. We can't host those big parent nights. But I've got some information on this slide that has already been shared with you by Ms. Caesar, your school counselor, in both the Counselor Corner Google Classroom along with the Class of 2021 Google Classroom. But you can reach out directly to Ann Carmichael. She's the one who hosted that Zoom call on Wednesday. She is very available for one-on-one assistance. You can email her at any time, student or parent, and she'll be happy to help you. Additionally, if you want to look through the presentation that she shared in that call, that is also housed in the Google Classrooms for you and your family to look through. We've got a LAFSA consent form that's due next Friday. Please see Ms. Caesar if you have any questions about that. And make sure you're frequently checking her information. She posted 3 new scholarships just today, and they come in all the time. So if you're starting to wonder about how you're going to pay for college, we are trying to help you find whatever possible way we can for you to make your dream a reality. I would like to take a couple of minutes this afternoon to recognize the MSA West Middle and High School Students of the Year. Even though they were recognized in a YouTube video last night put out by the district, I wanted to say a little bit more about our students so that you can get to know them a little bit better. Trying to add some music just like the district did too. But congratulations to the MSA West Middle School Student of the Year, Miss Claire Elise Bajeron. Claire has a calm and a curious and a confidence about her that all comes together in a way that pushes everyone around her to be a little better. Whether it's her willingness to ask a clarifying question when she's grappling with a concept she's struggling to master, her openness to encourage a new student to join her at a lunch table, or her braveness to push herself and her friends to just be comfortable in their middle school skin. Claire does Claire. And our campus is better for it every day. She's an excellent student, a creative artist, a thoughtful daughter, and a compassionate friend. She loves to go to new places and see new things, and she lets those experiences broaden her horizons and her perspectives and her goals and her dreams. When she hopes, Claire hopes big. When she works hard. So shine bright, Miss Bajeron. We're proud of you and all you've done and all you're going to do next. Up next, I'd like to honor and introduce the MSA West High School Student of the Year, Mr. Daryl Nicholas Downs. He's been an MSA West Knight for more than half of his life, and we're so proud of the things he's already accomplished. He seizes every opportunity that's presented to him, as evidenced in part by his course load. As a senior this year, he's enrolled in 4 AP courses and 1 dual enrollment course. And for his elective, he chose to be an admin intern and helps with things all over the campus every afternoon. Routinely, he greets everyone with a very kind and warm good morning and good afternoon, and he gets right into the work of the class period or the day. A humble young man of rich integrity, there's no task he won't complete, no hand he won't lend, and no grace he won't extend, all while maintaining a 4.5 GPA, and a couple of times it's been even higher. His quiet commitment to do his best every day, even when it doesn't feel like enough, embodies exactly what we mean when we say, because we're West. So congratulations, Daryl Downs. We know that big things are ahead for you too, and you'll get them all done in little ways all along the way. All right, we're going into our more traditional format for the update. What worked well, hybrid learning 2.0. Students quickly fell into the new routines. We were overwhelmed by how positive the response was. Group 1 students were logging in for classes from home today and yesterday, while Group 2 students started their week online. We had really great attendance, and many kids are keeping up with their work as if they were here all 4 days. On the flip side, we've had smaller amounts of students in different spaces, and everyone's feeling healthier and safer at work. So thank you for all of those things. Another big positive was the Earn Your Sweat sales throughout the lunch periods have been huge. We actually sold out in 2 sizes. We did not anticipate that. We've already placed an order for more and hope to have them by the middle of the week. Remember, those students have to earn these sweatpants, and it's not that you're earning the item, but the opportunity to have an extended wardrobe uniform option. These can be worn any day, just like uniform tops or uniform bottoms that are sold at Don's. Going to give you some updates around some other things with that in a second, because really the thing that we can work on this week, it's 2 things, but the first one has to do with those sweats. We know you need us to clarify what the targets were in order to earn that uniform option. We know this is new. It's something we talk a lot about at school within the school day, but it's not something that's been in the weekly wrap-ups a whole lot. We've been so focused on COVID and health and safety. This hasn't been something we've been including, so I want to reshare information from the last time we talked about it. Essentially, this is part of 2 strands of work we're doing here at MSA West in the middle and high school. First, we're focusing on this read, write, and reasoning campaign. We're not quite where we want our students to be there, but we want it. We know it's coming. But then there's this defensive side where there's these good housekeeping things we can do around our attendance and our behavior and our basic course management. And these are the things you can do to earn that uniform option to wear sweatpants or a hoodie even if you're hitting those targets. So let's review. The frame essentially is that defense wins championships. So if we can do our best to push against those opposing forces like distraction or poor attendance, we'll be in a better place to break old habits and make new ones. So we're focusing on attendance, coming to school regularly, whether it's in person or remotely, getting where you need to be on time, again, whether at school or from home, and then staying at school for the whole day. No checkouts or not coming in halfway through. In terms of behavior, we're looking at those little things, doing the little things right every day, so no infractions. And also those bigger things, not having any of those big problems happen, but asking for help or reaching out for guidance before those things would fall into place. And then that third focus area is around our schoolwork. Even just the basics of keeping track of due dates, turning things on time, using flex time appropriately, and asking clarifying questions on the front end so that you're not backlogged or really overwhelmed on the tail end. So essentially, to earn your sweats, students earn this uniform option. So another item that could be purchased as part of your uniform, if they can check 5 of the following 6 boxes. So no D's or F's in any class when we pull the reports. And again, we pull those reports at progress reports and at report card time, not weekly. But no D's or F's on those big checkpoints. No infractions for the little things or referrals for a big thing. No unexcused absences. I know that we're encouraging you to stay home if you're sick, and those are excused. So choosing to stay home and monitor your health because you've got some cold symptoms or something, that does not count against you as long as you come back to school with that note. No tardies or late to schools or early checkouts. And then that perfect attendance idea. perfect attendance for us is not really critical, but we know that personally a lot of students are working for that. And we wanted to continue to acknowledge that. This is a year where that's very tough and difficult, but remember, you only have to check 5 of these 6 boxes. So different kids check them in different ways. All right, so if a student's earned the sweatpants, that means they checked 5 of those 6 targets. Then they have the opportunity to earn that hoodie privilege. So that could be purchased once you've earned a 3.5 grade point average. These items are not spirit attire. These items are uniform options. They could be worn anytime on any day that you would normally wear your other uniform options that you purchase, either your pants or your purple shirts. Seniors have a couple of extra things. If they do really well on the ACT, we want to shout them out and keep them comfortable. So a 25 on the ACT gets you the right to some interesting footwear attire. And then if you can get up to a 29, you can wear a hat in the building. Can you believe it? Or you can bring a blanket to your flex time. And so as this evolves, we're actually hoping that it becomes even more popular and more motivating for kids. We'll be reaching out for some community support, maybe some sponsorship to get the cost down. For right now, the school is assuming a portion of this. This is not in any way a fundraiser. These items that we're selling are well below what they would retail for at Don's or any other surrounding uniform supplier. Kind of like PE uniforms. It's not something that we raise money through. It's just something that you do need or could have for school. And we sell them here in bulk instead of you having to travel somewhere to pick them up separately. All right, the next thing we know we can work on. We've got to continue to improve our communication around COVID exposure. If one member of your household tests positive for COVID-19, in almost every case, that means everyone who lives in that household has been in direct contact with them and should be quarantining. This is really important if we're going to keep our school community at large as safe as possible. So if someone in your home has tested positive, it's really important that you reach out to us and let us know so that we can adjust J-Campus to show that your child will be in quarantine. You can let us know how long that will be based on doctor orders, and it helps us kind of keep everyone informed, and that's really important to us. Students can remain remotely engaged with teachers and students during that quarantine period, but it should be remote. We have had some instances of students who are quarantined bringing other students through the carpool line. That's kind of not the right way to approach quarantine. The idea is that you're staying away from others and you're monitoring yourself from symptoms instead of continuing to be in the same settings you're normally in. Again, this is how we keep each other safe. And I wanted to just put up this reminder about the incubation timeline because I know it is confusing. We're hearing students say things, I know I'm quarantined, but I don't feel sick. We want that to continue when you're in quarantine. In fact, we hope you never show symptoms when you are in quarantine. However, sometimes those symptoms don't show up until the back end of your 14-day period. And if you've been social during all the days leading up to the onset of your symptoms, you could infect a lot of people or expose them to the virus as well. So it's important that we continue to talk openly about each other's safety and a respect for each other if we're going to see improvement in this area. I wanted to share some good news just because I've shared this in the past, and overall we're seeing a better trend developing in Iberville Parish, and that's fantastic news. We looked at this a couple of weeks ago when our rate was as high as 17.4, and now I'm happy to show you or share out that the rate is down to 10.9. That's really good stuff. That means more and more people are taking things seriously. More people are getting tested and quarantining just to ensure each other's safety. And this is the way that we want our community to continue to go to get us back to those safer targets around 5% positivity. So that's what we're working toward. We appreciate all of you who have called or texted to let us know that you needed to keep your child home for a day, to monitor for symptoms, or let us know that you were going to get tested just to see, and then returning to school with that negative test. That's exactly what our community should be doing to keep each other safe. The numbers are coming down because more folks are testing and more folks are quarantining. Let's keep working for a safer Iberville. Woot! We all have that urgent responsibility to protect and respect each other through the practices that we're using at school. We will not stop talking about a respectful urgency to keep each other safe. And remember, students, this is improving, but we do this when we sanitize desks. If a teacher gets busy and forgets to remind you, ask for that wipe. Ask and volunteer if you can to be the person in the room who makes sure it happens, if that's something you like to do. We want to continue to sanitize. We want to keep our masks on when we're not by ourselves. And we want to keep our distance even when we're socializing at lunch. That's much easier to do this week because there's the space and the room to do it. We're really proud of how quickly our students made that adjustment. And we're really confident that we're going to have a great couple of weeks before Christmas and continue to have that MSA West feel, but at a safer distance. And then keep this one on the forefront. If you wake up and you're feeling sick, stay home. If you've been around someone who's going to get COVID tested, who is really symptomatic, do not hesitate. Call. Let us know that you're waiting to see what some results are. We can make remote learning work for you. So I look forward to another week filled with the good things that happen at our school next week, both on our campus and now currently from your homes. Know that we miss you when you're not here. And we love seeing your faces when they pop up on the Google Meets. It's the craziest thing, but when the teachers turn their computers on in the morning and I begin to see their faces popping up, even when the teachers are on duty in the hallway, it just really feels like we're making this work, we're taking care of each other, and we will get through it. But here's to the day when we can all be safely together again. And here's to the positivity and patience that will carry us through until that day comes. Because we are West. Have a great afternoon and an even better weekend.